Today, I'm in Mill Creek, Washington, located about 20 miles north of Seattle and Bellevue. Mill Creek is in the middle of suburbia. There are a number of reasons why people absolutely love living here and why niche.com has rated it as the #2 suburb in Snohomish County. All of which we're gonna go over in today's video. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel. I love helping you guys out. Those of you that reach out to me here from YouTube, when you're looking to move over to the greater Seattle area, I am an active real estate agent over here. So if you're planning to move over here and purchase a home, feel free to reach out to me. Be more than happy to help you with that relocation process. So let's talk about why you might want to move here to Mill Creek. One of the big draws to Mill Creek is the Mill Creek Town Center. Now, like before in a lot of my previous suburb videos, we talked about the historic downtown area that city offers. Well, in Mill Creek, you have a much more modern and newer kind of downtown area, which is called Mill Creek Town Center. Over 80 different shops and restaurants through here. So whether you want to go out and grab a bite to eat, go to a nice dinner, the Lodge here is my favorite place to eat, but there's a lot of great places to eat. Or you can head over to Frost, to the donut company. Great, unique donuts here. There's a lot of hair salons, and there's a grocery store here as well. There's so much to do here in Mill Creek Town Center. They do events, especially in the summertime. There's different events and art shows that go on here at Mill Creek Town Center. So you can come down here, park down here, walk down here if you live close, spend a nice sunny day, or any day really. You know, today's not that warm. It's March, early March. It's 45, 50 degrees, but there's people walking around, people enjoying the downtown Mill Creek Town Center area. So that is one big draw for people coming over here. Right here in Mill Creek Town Center as well, there's a lot of different townhomes and condos and apartments within walking distance. So you can live in one of these locations and walk to get your groceries, walk to grab a bite to eat every night if you like to eat out all the time, walk to your hair salon, walk to your doctor's office. All of that stuff is right here. So that is a big draw for people as well that want to live in a more walkable area. Mill Creek Town Center provides that. Now, another big reason people are moving here to Mill Creek is the location of jobs. As we've talked about before, there's a lot of jobs here on what we call the east side of Seattle. The east side is east of Lake Washington. These are cities like Bellevue and Kirkland and Redmond. There's a lot of companies over here, like headquarters for Microsoft. There's Google offices in Kirkland. There's GoDaddy offices. There's Amazon offices and Facebook. And there's financial jobs and there's great healthcare jobs. So there's a ton of great high-paying jobs in these east side cities, which are a doable commute from Mill Creek. Mill Creek is about 20 miles north of Bellevue. So whether you're in Bellevue taking a job or in Redmond, maybe working at Microsoft, you're within 15 to 20 miles of most of these high-paying jobs. So it's a very doable commute. There's a lot of people that work in those east side cities that I mentioned, and they live up here in Mill Creek. They get more bang for their buck, much more home for their money than these east side cities, but still in a decent commutable distance to their job. Another reason is great schools in this area. You can see here on greatschools.org in Mill Creek, the schools are rated 7, 8s, and 9s. On niche.com, you can see public schools are rated an A. You can also see here on Niche that they've rated Mill Creek as the #2 suburb to live in Snohomish County. It's a very pleasant area and a lot of people absolutely love living here, and schools are another big draw. The fourth reason that draws a lot of people in is Mill Creek Country Club. So this is a very unique aspect to Mill Creek that a lot of other cities don't have. And this is really how Mill Creek was built to begin with. It was kind of built around this country club. This golf course, it's a private golf course community. It's member owned. You can see all of the neighborhoods right around the golf course here. A lot of these homes built in the 80s and 90s. This is really when Mill Creek started to pop up and started to explode, was right around this community golf club. So a lot of great homes. You can see the different architectural styles in here. You're not going to come in and have a uniform cookie cutter neighborhood. You can have traditional, you can have contemporary modern styles, you can have some Tudors, all sorts of different types of homes in this area, and a beautifully well-groomed, well-kept golf course here that a lot of people enjoy playing at. One of the most well-rated, one of the best golf courses really in this area. All right, and the last reason number 5 is other activities to do around here. You've got arena sports here in Mill Creek. So this is an indoor soccer and play facility. So if you have kids and you want to put them in indoor soccer leagues, or for adults, I've actually played here myself a couple of years ago. I was playing indoor soccer here in adults league. They've got laser tag and arcade games and bowling and lots of things to do for the kids. It's a great family fun atmosphere. Nearby you also have Elevated Sports, which is a trampoline park, so if you want to take your kids there, get some energy out, jump on the trampolines, you can do that as well. There's over 23 miles of trails within Mill Creek, so if you want to go out and you take your kids or take your dog and go for a walk, or just yourself and enjoy some nature, you can see how green it is here in Mill Creek, how many beautiful trees, beautiful foliage is here in this area. There's 23 miles of trails in Mill Creek, and just nearby in Everett, but a very short drive, is Silver Lake. So if you want to go to a lake, this is a smaller lake, not with motorboats or anything like that, but they have a couple different swimming areas with big playgrounds and community parks and barbecues and picnic shelters where you can have parties and all that kind of stuff. Like I said, swimming areas, a dock you can jump off. This Silver Lake is really close here to Mill Creek, an easy drive over there. So there's a lot to do around here in Mill Creek for the family, for yourself, and it's a big draw for people. So let's talk about real estate here in the Mill Creek area. I mentioned it briefly, right around the country club, there's a lot of neighborhoods that popped up in the 80s and 90s. So it's gonna be in terms of the average year-built home, they're mostly gonna be 80s and 90s. There's some newer ones, early 2000s. There is some newer construction, not a ton of big developments in specifically Mill Creek, but there's certainly options. Median home price right now is $850,000. That is here early 2023. You also have a lot of condos and townhomes, like I mentioned. Whether it's in the Country Club area or Mill Creek Town Center or anywhere else in Mill Creek, there's a lot of condos and townhomes. So if you're looking to get into something a little bit more affordable and you just need something smaller, something maybe that's walkable in a super walkable area to trails and shops and all that kind of stuff, there's a lot of options. So I've got 3 different homes I want to show you to give you an idea of what you might be able to find here in Mill Creek. So let's jump over to the first one. So I'm here at the first property. So these are townhomes, condo complex and a townhome complex. We're just across the street from the Mill Creek Town Center there. So you could walk over to Town Center for your restaurants and shopping and everything down there, like I mentioned. This place was listed at $475. It's a 3-bedroom, just under 1,400 square feet. So it's a good size for a townhome. You've got the garage as well. HOA dues are $700 a month. Built in 1990. You can see it's clean, well maintained. You could do some updates, but it's a nice unit. So this gives you an idea of kind of the lower end of Mill Creek and what you'd be shopping for if you want something like a townhouse. If you wanted a condo in this complex without the garage and it's a little bit smaller unit, maybe a 2-bedroom condo, it'd be a little bit cheaper. But $475 here for a 3-bedroom townhome, just under 1,400 square feet. Not too bad of a deal when you consider the location and walking distance to everything. But let's jump over to the second property and see what that might look like. So here is house number 2 behind me. This one is a 2002 built home. You can see the community here behind me. Pretty uniform neighborhood, all built in 2002. So a lot of cookie cutter kind of styles. You can see inside this home, it's original finishes for the most part. It's clean, well maintained, but hasn't been updated. 2,000 square feet, 3 bedrooms, priced at $815,000. So if you're looking for something that's a little bit newer, but not brand new, that's around 2,000 square feet and you don't need a super large lot, 6,000-7,000 square feet, this is about what you're gonna look at in the Mill Creek area and about the price point that you're gonna be at. Like I mentioned, $815,000. This isn't too far from Mill Creek Town Center. It's under 10 minutes. not walking distance, but it's under 10 minutes. So the last house, number 3, that I want to take you to is in the country club. It's a home in that actual country club that we talked about earlier in the video, a bit smaller of a home, but I want to jump over there and show you around and show you what that one looks like. So this is house number 2 behind me. It's in the Mill Creek Country Club neighborhood that I've driven you through. I've shown you all, a lot of 70s and 80s built homes, a lot of different architecture styles. This one is 2,100 square feet, 3 bedrooms, priced just under $1 million, 1979 built. You can see it's got some updates, some original features, but it's a well-maintained home. It's on the cul-de-sac here as well. So this is one of the most, if not the most desirable neighborhood in Mill Creek, is the Mill Creek Country Club area. There's a lot of different pockets and different neighborhoods in the Country Club area. So there's a lot of different options that you can find. It's not just smaller homes, 2,000 square foot homes. There are 3,000, 3,500 square foot homes as well, 3-car garages. As you can see, as I've driven you through, there's a lot of different options and a really well-maintained, well-kept neighborhood with an HOA. So it's a great place to live and really desirable for a lot of people. All right, well, that wraps up my video here on Mill Creek. You can see that it's really in suburbia, but there's plenty to do around here, plenty for shopping and your doctor's offices. You're really located centrally here in Mill Creek, so you can get to the freeways really easily. You've got Linwood right next door and Bothell right next door as well, so even more shopping. Like I said, I-5 and I-405 are easy to get to, so proximity to high-paying jobs is also a big plus around here. There's not a ton of new construction in Mill Creek. There's some one-off buildings, there's some small neighborhoods. You'll find more new construction in the city neighboring in Bothell, but Mill Creek, really desirable area for all the reasons that I mentioned here. Like I mentioned, I am an active real estate agent here in the greater Seattle area, so if you're moving over here, whether it's Mill Creek or another suburb outside of Seattle or within Seattle, feel free to reach out to me. I'd be more than happy to help you with your house buying plans and your relocation process. I appreciate you watching this one.